Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the I-Basilisk extension spacers, as well as the handle inserts for the I-Bass, as well as the tie bass and the G10 bass. So the spacers on the I-Bass are a little trickier than on a normal sandwich bally, so that's why I made a video. I do recommend you watch the entire thing. Essentially, the reason it's harder is you can't wiggle around the sandwich scales to line up the sex bolt. And there needs to be positive pressure on the sex bolt in the edge of this hole here to essentially keep the spacer pressured so you can't like wiggle it. So the way to do this, take your sex bolt and put it in the first scale, and then I'm going to press it against a table here, sort of gently, so now it's part of the way through. It is going to catch here, and the reason for that is it's going to be slightly canted. Essentially, the sex bolt is doing this, and we need to push it straight. So what I don't recommend is just trying to push into the table as hard as you can. Take some thin metal rigid object. I use this 1.5 millimeter hex driver, and then stick it about halfway down the sex bolt. And then we're going to apply pressure on the sex bolt. We're going to use this as a lever to push the sex bolt closer to the pivot so it lines up with this hole. And I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to push down. So I'm pushing the sex bolt, and I push down, and now it's flush, lined up. So it's quite easy to do if you know the technique. If you don't know the technique, you're going to be pushing down on the table for hours. You just need to wiggle that sex bolt maybe 1/10 of a millimeter so it lines up with a hole. And now I'm just going to screw this in. You don't need to screw it in super tight. And that is how you install the spacer on the I-Bass. And I already did this spacer on the safe handle, so you would just repeat that process twice. You'll notice I do have the handle inserts on this I-Bass. This is the glow-in-the-dark color. It's a translucent clear in regular daylight. And this is the textured surface that you can see here. I'm going to show you how to install the other side, which I've left empty. So you'll just take one of the smaller inserts and push it all the way down here. And then what I do is I just kind of put the other tip in. It'll be bowing out, and then just use your thumb, push it in. I'm going to do the same exact thing, pushing it all the way down. And then I'm going to put the other tip in. It's bowed out, and I just push in with my thumb until it's flush, and it should be flush with the handles. Now I'm going to do it with the long inserts at the base here. I also offer these for the G10 bass and the tie bass. Let me grab those real quick. Totally unprepared there. This is the smooth texture, and then this is the textured. I offer them in both. These two, the tie bass and G10 bass, are compatible with each other, and they're different than the I-Bass, so make sure you select the right one in the drop-down menu. But I'm going to put the last insert in, pushing it in here, pushing in the tip, and then just smoothing it out with my fingers until it's flush. These are really nice. They add a lot of grip to the tie bass. They also add grip to the I-Bass, although it doesn't need it, but more importantly, it helps the sound. Anyway, that's it for this video. You've successfully installed the extension spacers on your HOM I-Basilisk, as well as the handle inserts, which add some grip and make the sound a lot nicer. Thanks for watching, guys.